Depends on what the price does. We will see how the price reacts around these areas and deal with it. I'm focusing on QQQ alone. Depends. I'm pretty sure it's going to take a while for NQ to hit those areas. Let's just set some price alerts at 227.50s on AMD and 609s on QQQ, 609.40s on QQQ. Depends on what happens there. We can deal with it real time. If you guys want me to go over any other names, let me know. We can keep an eye out for it. And we already have some positions established on AMD, by the way. We got in on, what is it, Tuesdays, I believe. Yep, we got in around Tuesdays right here, the circled area, around 212s, and we still got that positions going. But if they continue to pull back, let's take a look at, let's look for averaging up at 226 or 227s on the same and then deal with it accordingly. All right. So let's see. SoFi and Tesla. We'll take a look just a minute. All right, so let's take a look at Tesla. Declining 5-day moving average. What's the pre-market doing? Pre-market is down almost 1% on Tesla. Pretty simple, right? If there's a 5-day moving average, right, where the price is trading at right now, potentially, if Tesla can go back up to fill this gap and then reject this 5-day moving average, most likely outcome, we are going to come back down to test this 424 levels to the downside. Well, they're already down 1% in the pre-market though, so I don't want to go chasing the gap. Might as well just wait for them to give a little bit of a bounce up as soon as the market open. Maybe towards this 435s or even towards this 436. And then once they lose the VWAP, we can go for the short in the sense for a trade to the downside. That's what I'm looking for. 436 to 435 zones. I need a bounce up on Tesla towards that area. And if they pull back, we'll take a look. We'll go for a puts to the downside, maybe towards this 429s to 424s. There were some traders who were trading this on this drawdown, if I remember it right, or this, I'm not quite sure. So we'll wait and see. They're already down 1.5%. I'm not a big fan of chasing these types of gap downs for more trade to the downside. I love it. I would love it if they can give a bounce back up at the open and then reject the areas up here, 436 or 435s around these zones. We can deal with it from there on. Just keep an eye out for this 434.90s or this pocket above. It's still a declining 5-day. 434.90s will be the first area I'd be keeping an eye out for. And then if you draw a trend line from here, that also coincides alongside with this 436.50s. We'll wait and see how it goes. And then depending on the reaction from these areas, and if they lose the VWAP after testing these areas, and we can just enter the puts right there with stop losses at the highs of the day and take it all the way back down again. So if you want the levels to the downside, just enable the pre-market levels, right? The pre-market found buyers from that 429.62s to 430 zones. So if they do bounce higher from this 430 or reject this 435s, that's going to be the target. 430s to the downside. It's going to be a nice $5 move and might happen quick with Tesla. So if you're dealing with smaller sized accounts, be a bit cautious with how you manage the risk on the same. Just you shouldn't lose more than 1 or 2% of your entire account, even if you're wrong on the trade, even if you get stopped out, is what I'm trying to say. All right. So keep it on the watch list. We'll see how it goes. And next one is SoFi. And we're going. Carlene. Is that the same Carlene I know? Welcome back. It's been a while indeed. You can look at Google. We'll take a look at it shortly. How's your health, by the way? Oh, SoFi. Let's see. SoFi has been interesting in the last few days. They did, we were talking about it a while back. Hey, what's going on? Welcome, Caroline. Welcome back.
Great. Thank you.
No problem at all. All right, so the markets are open. SoFi bounced from the 50-day moving average, and now they are breaking that high, lower lows phenomenon, which we discussed about. Well, watch out here. And last time when we discussed, we were talking about as long as when they don't break this $25, it's looking good for SoFi. Now, if they do pull back today, watch out for this 2760s. That's the 20-day moving average on the daily. And if not, let's see right here, $27. That's going to be the next area of interest. What I would prefer is for the price to come back down aggressively towards this $27.10 and then bounce up from there for a potential 50 cents or 60 cents trade from that $27 zones. We'll wait and see how it goes. Keep it on the watch. I don't see anything particular of interest right now. Either I need a tag towards the 20-day moving average or towards this $27 zones for a reversal trade to the upside. Right, AMD bouncing up again. Let's switch our attentions back to QQQ and AMD. As usual, anchor the VWAP. AMD is trading at all-time highs. There's nothing much like you can just enable the pre-markets to see what the pre-markets were doing to get the highs and lows. Pre-markets struggled a bit near this 239.30s to the upside on AMD. So we'll wait and see. I either need this 227s or I ain't gonna touch this at this moment. Yep, Nvidia ripping. Rippy rip already up almost like 1.5%. Can't expect Qs to, fall apart when semis are looking this strong. We'll see. We're not looking for it to fall apart technically. We just need a pullback to test the previous highs. That happens. Great, good for us. Right, NQ rejecting the overnight VWAP here at 233.33s. The equivalent level, if you're trading futures, will be 25,270s, I believe, right? Let's see, is that the VWAP or it's a different one? Let's just disregard this one because it's coming from the highs. Yep, around 25,250s is what I'm looking for in case of a pullback, which will be around the 609.30s for a reversal call sort of trade. Tesla, what are you doing? All right, Tesla bouncing up. We'll see how the price reacts around this 235 to 236 pockets, and we will deal with it accordingly. Oof, up 10% for the day. Oh, it's been going higher. 242 gone, man. And the last time we traded this was around like $20 or something, right? Like, when was the last time we traded this one? Around here, if I believe, February. Let's see, what's the IPO anchored VWAP here? 1930s. Might be of interest. We'll see. Webull, 1290, not bad. Just need a dollar more push to the downside for a potential reversal trade on the Qs. We'll wait. Not in any rush. NQ testing the lows, overnight lows. So wait and see what the price does over there. Anchor the VWAP on the QQQ as well. Not in any trades as of now. AMD pulling back. What is, oh, okay, TSM is down, so SMH is flat. Okay, SMH is flat for the day. Oh, looks good so far for that pullback. We'll see if we can get that 609 time. Is anyone having problem with trader trading view? No, trading view is working just fine. Is trading view working good for you guys from your end? It's working good from me right over here. I don't know what the problem is. Alert set on AMD. I'm gonna move the alerts a little bit higher on the queues around the 60950s, so we'll know if we get near that area. We can deal with it. And the first 5 minutes is done. Mark the ORB lows and highs as usual. ORB highs, ORB lows. 61073s. I believe the ORB lows is also the overnight lows on NQ, if I'm not wrong. Indeed it is. So the plan today, I mean, anytime you see a massive day like yesterday, the follow-up day is typically choppy, not doing much sort of days. That's why I'm kind of like laid back today before taking anything. I don't want to risk much and lose whatever I made so far in the week. If they get towards the target, I'll take it. If not, I will wait until it gets towards the target before making any moves. Keep an eye for Oracle though. I was watching it today morning for a potential setup. 292 they rejected so far. If they break under 288's most likely outcome, they're gonna come back down maybe towards, what is this AV back coming from? We don't need this one. Is it the month to date? It's not. Let's remove this. They break under 288's most likely outcome, they might come back down to 283 to run a test towards it. What's the VWAP on Oracle? Going to be interesting if they break under the 5-day. Q is rejecting the VWAP as of now. Any break under 610, we might see 609.50s. Let's take a look at Google. We asked about it a while back. I forgot. Under the 20-day moving average on the daily. Risky, risky. I don't wanna touch any of these big cap names yet when QQQ is trading at all-time highs. I would love Google if we can pull back towards this 225 zones though. We'll wait and see. We're having the series of lower highs and lower lows on the daily on the shorter time frames from the highs of September 15th. So not that interested on Google from the way it's looking right now. It should be under the 5-day moving average as well. Yes, it is. It's under the 5-day moving average. It's under the 20-day moving average on the daily. I like it better if we can get a steeper pullback, especially combined with that of the QQQ. We'll wait and see how it goes and we will deal with it accordingly. Not right now. Not really interested in touching this as of now. AMD, let's take a look. Almost there. We'll wait and see. We got a few more dollars to go to the downside. Another $8 more down, 227s. We can look for reversal trades on the same. Weekly candle close matters, by the way. So today's close and tomorrow's close is going to determine. All we need AMD to do is to close about 227.50s on the weekly candle, which is tomorrow's candle. Daily candle should close about 227.50 for this weekly time frame to make a new all-time highs. All right, the order lows is holding all the cues. almost there, nearing. On NQs, that's going to be 258s to 250s. If they break down under 230s, I'll just go with one contract and then deal with it. Top of the morning, Michael. You're welcome. What is Tesla doing? Is Tesla going down further? Yep, 430s. Rejecting that 434 so far. All right, NQs nearing an initial positions area. A few more dollars to go. 258s to 250s is what I'm looking for. Let's see. All right, pulling back, nearing. Do we have any economic data drops today? 10 o'clock. Not really. Fed community banking conference, it's already over, and we don't have anything else at 2 o'clock either. Good. All right, almost there. Let's see, NQ testing yesterday's revamp here. I'd go with a small positioning here. Test the waters. Just one contract long on NQ here from yesterday's revamp. And I would close it if they get down under 232s, and or I'll average up if they recover the VWAP. That's it, simple. Who's drawing in my screen? Hold on. Just a small long to test the waters as of now, nothing else. And if I need NQs, QQQ to get back above the 610 73s before adding more. Which is about 300s on NQ. Qs can pull back towards the 609.50 stuff. We'll see. It's another 30 points from where the price is, not that far off. Long? Yeah, just one contract here. Just one contract, and I would like it more at 230s. And if they come back towards 230s and bounce up, I will add more right with that. Or I need it above the VWAP to add one more. All right, almost there for an additional positioning here. Let's see how the price reacts on the cues. 609.30 is what I'm watching for. Testing it again. What position? Just a long on NQ. Initial status, just one contract so far. With QQQ tags yesterday's VWAP here, I will add one more to complete the position sort of thing. Yeah, once I close this position, I will take a look at the LSH. Are you talking about QQQ options or QQQ shares? Correct. What are you talking about? NQ? No, we just had an initial position, right? Just one contract on MNQ, that is. And the point is to keep adding or just one more as long as they hold on towards this anchored VWAPs coming from yesterday. A simple goal, right? Even if it continues to fall apart, the one MNQ won't lose more than $60 to $70. So if I add one more right over there, it's still within that risk limit for the day. So I'm okay with that, is what I'm trying to say. So you can see it's bouncing back right now. So if they continue to break above this VWAP, then I can add one more and then complete the entire position for a potential trade towards this 320 and call it off for the day sort of thing. And if they break down, the stops will be too tight. The risk will be within that overall daily limit at the end of the day sort of thing. So still pushing. All right, bouncing on NQ. And let's see, looking good so far. Testing the VWAP again. QQQ can get back above the ORV lows. Just watch out here. This area is going to play a pivotal role. All right, bouncing through, testing that big fat round number on 300s. Interesting. Need this 5-minute candle to close above the VWAP. Looking good so far. All right. So if they come back down towards the VWAP and tag it, find buyers, complete the positions, and close the entire thing at 320s. If you added full sizing right here at 270s, you should be taking some off the table here. If you haven't, well, what's the VWAP tag? If they find buyers at the VWAP, take it from there. above the or the lows on the 5 minutes. So looking good. Maybe close the positions if they get up towards the 611, 62s and change to the upside. This last chopping. Yeah. We got a good trade on QQQ though, so it doesn't really matter. We'll come back to Tesla once we close this position. They tag the overnight VWAP here. I'll just call it off. Not in QQQ. Yeah, I'm long on NQ, QQQ, tomatoes, same. Right, so I am going to close it. We'll wait and see. Tested the overnight. We gotta wait and see if the VWAP holds. VWAP and the ORB. Oh, nasty. Okay. Back again. We'll see. Overnight VWAP, bringing in sellers. Waiting for this 5-minute close before making any changes. If the 5 minutes recover the VWAP, I'm going for round two again. TSM pulling back finally and should drag SMH alongside with it. Depends on where they are at the moment. If they come back down again, this level doesn't hold the same significance anymore. Two more minutes for this 5-minute candle to close. Let's see. So what is Tesla? Where are you? Are still at the same 430 levels. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. Not bad. AMD still at 238, looking good. Should be above the VWAP. Nvidia looking good. Interesting across the board. What are the big techs doing though? Let's take a look. Amazon down almost 1.5%, Apple down 1.5%, Google down more than 1%. Almost all the big techs are down apart from Netflix and Nvidia. Meta was up the last time I saw it, but we'll go back to it shortly later. Testing the VWAP again, coming from yesterday. This time, not really interested with this level as of now. We'll see. Need about the VWAP. If not, this can piss off. Cost average is at 67 still, so I'm just gonna hold it out a little bit to see what it does. On QQQ, 609.50s is what I'm looking for. Testing yesterday's VWAP again. Need about this 320 zones, by the way, which is the overnight VWAP on NQ. If you want a quick snipe, you can take it from here. You can average up here as well, but yeah, I'll wait. It's up to you. You can get back over the VWAP of it till then. Good bounce on the Qs. Testing the VWAP again. No changes made to the initials. Just gonna leave it be. We'll see. The funny thing is, even if NQ just goes flat for the day, it'll still be around like 70, 80 points for us. I entered on the 2 minutes and I just keep switching the time frames when I'm in the trade, Brian. So it doesn't really matter. My entry will be on the 2 minutes and the 5 minutes. So when I'm in the trade, I just keep switching the time frames to see what the price is doing across. But the entry is always on 2 or 5. So once the entry is made, I just want to make sure if the 15 minutes is closing above the VWAP or 30 minutes closing above the VWAP and so on, right? So just for analysis part, it doesn't really matter after the entry is made. So buyers are stepping in on NQ at this 250s over and over. So we'll wait and see what this does throughout the day. It's just been half an hour into the open. NQ needs to be about 320s for me to make any changes on this. If they break under this lows, I'll cut it. But if they break above this lows, we can just manage it accordingly from there on. About 320s, I would enable trailing on this one. Qs near the VWAP again. We'll see 1 minute, just consolidating under 610.73s and above is needed. Testing the ORB lows on the 5 minutes as well. We'll see. Rejecting the intraday. Let's go back to the red list. AMD is still looking great. NVIDIA is still looking absolutely beautiful. Looks like NVIDIA going for the big fat 200. As long as they hold the VWAP. It's the other names which are dragging the NASDAQ down as of now. It's only the semis which are doing good today, especially AMD and Nasdaq, AMD and Nvidia. TSM is having a pullback, finally testing that 300 area. Watch out and see how the price reacts over there as well. As I said earlier, expect a nothing burger. It's not nothing happening much with the price on QQQ. So gonna take a while. That's why I'm taking it with NQ and not with QQQ calls. I don't have to worry about data. I don't like the consolidation above though. Might break down shortly if they don't get back over. Yeah, Tesla is doing nothing. So just leave it alone until it gives us any specific directions. Tesla for now, it's just doing a back and forth dance near the VWAP. Let's see. As long as it's trading under the VWAP, good for you. But keep an eye out for Nasdaq as well. That's going to determine. When it comes to Tesla, I'm still looking. They already gapped down like almost 1.5% or almost 2% to the downside. I need some sort of a bounce up if I want to look for a better entry for the puts, maybe towards this 435s or even towards this 437 zones. If we can get that bounce up, we can short it with a better probability for a better risk to reward. But as of now, with how it's looking, if they break under this 428s, most likely outcome they're going to come back to 425s or even this 414 areas down south. All depends on what QQQ is going to do today. If you want to short Tesla, well, let's see what we got. You can set your stop losses at 434s and take a small positioning on Tesla shorts if you want to. But the profit taking targets are too tight to set that big of a stop, is what I'm wondering. The day is still young. Wait for a bounce up and then deal with it, sort of thing. If they don't give the bounce up, well, not really interested with Tesla with the way it's looking right now. Just chopping around. NQ finding buyers from yesterday's VWAP over and over again. Qs need to get its ass back above the VWAP, by the way. The only problem is even if it did, it's still too choppy for the day. I'm not sure if I want to add more. Leave the initial sensing on. Let's see. 610.73s and above might give us, a trade towards that ORB highs to average up and take it, sort of thing. Ooh, back above. Interesting. Yep, the double top is invalidated at least. That's a good thing. A thesis for double top at least. Just watch for the daily close. As long as they don't close under 1530, this should be good to go on SCRV, that is. Tesla still chopping. Yes, it is. Trying to stick its head back up above the VWAP here. Closed half already, just holding 50 shares left. Yeah, beautiful. Good morning to you too. Are you still in NVTS? The final position should be still on, man. I'm not going to make any changes on that one. I'm just going to leave it be until the trend is violated on the daily. We already took some profits off the table as they pushed higher. Like, we can just leave it be. We'll see how it goes. Mona, yeah, like Tesla is not doing anything. It's as I said before, let them bounce up towards this 434s or 435s. We can deal with it from there on. They're above the VWAP for now. Wait and see. I'm not really interested in this one as of how it's looking right now. Like, if you want to buy calls, let them pull back even further, maybe towards this 428s, 425s in particular. But if they bounce up here, watch out for this 436 if you're looking for puts, 436 to 435 zones. So these are the levels which we will know that we are wrong or will know that we are right immediately as soon as we enter. Right here, after especially they cap down like 2%, I'm not generally interested in buying put options at these areas. If they continue to pull down, they can pull down without me, sort of thing. Question of risk to reward. And don't worry too much about missing out on a dollar move or $2 move. It's fine. You can always capture them down the line. Happens. Rejecting the VWAP on the Qs again. What a fun day, isn't it? The 30-point range back and forth. NVIDIA is holding about the VWAP at least, and AMD should be about. No, AMD is under the VWAP again. Watch out, AMD here. If they break down under 234, we'll get a quick snap down towards this 228. AMD is chopping around as well. Tesla still near that 430 to 428 zones, doing absolutely nothing. And BLSH, let's take a look. Meanwhile, we'll go over individual names. Is it about, yep, nearing the IPO anchored VWAP. This tracks the crypto, isn't it? If I'm not wrong, this is another stock like Mara or Coinbase. Need a daily close about the IPO anchor. Under the VWAP. Maybe perhaps if they can get back about the 69.80s, we can deal with it. Maybe set some price alerts at perhaps $70. Still about the 5 day. So we'll wait and see. Fifty more seconds for another 15-minute close. Yeah, nothing much to add here. It's just doing absolutely nothing. 30 minutes, still under the VWAP. 15 is still under the VWAP. 3 points from my entry, man. Jesus. Another test. Tesla recovering the VWAP here as well, 431s. Back. Maybe, maybe for a drop or maybe for a push through. Who knows? I'm currently in a small long here from yesterday's VWAP. So if they drop down, I'll just get stopped out for a small loss. If not, need 326 and above. Still under the VWAP for the day, still under the overnight VWAP. So the odds of them pulling back are still higher. But wait and see. We're looking for a reversal trend. And for that to confirm, they need to close candles above the VWAP, at least 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Which means NQ needs to close above this 25 300s or even better, 25 320s. NVIDIA and AMD holding this up while the others are dragging it down. We can keep an eye out for the other individual names. Like, what is it? Amazon, Apple, Google, everything is down today, almost like more than 1%. If it wasn't for NVIDIA, we should be having a really, really ugly day today. If these three starts to buck up and starts pushing over, we can see Qs close the day completely flat by doing absolutely nothing. Best case scenario. And if NVIDIA starts to lose the VWAP, well, watch out to the downside. Breaking down under, watch out. Alerts on Qs just triggered. Q's testing yesterday's VWAP here as well. If buyers are going to step in and save it, this is the level to watch out for. If they break it, most likely outcome, we're going to have a drawdown towards 6 or 7s and change. It's going to be a bit quick. Beautiful, Brian. All right. Buyers are stepping in at yesterday's VWAP. Need to get back over the intraday before making any decisions. Let me go grab my charger for my phone. I only got 2% left before it shuts me off. Nice bounce so far. Good close back into the range again on the 5 minutes. Now we gotta wait and see if we can recover the VWAP or it's just a dead cat bounce before the actual trend. If they break under this lows here, I would just close at 609.50s. We're having a nasty downtrend forming right here. Interesting, interesting. Another test. Tesla, what you got going? Let's take a look. Yep, Tesla pushing through. All right, so NQ looks like it's looking to go to a new low here. I'm exiting the positions and might get back in shortly. Depends on, I'm gonna wait for like couple more minutes. If they can't get back over this AV VWAP on the 5 minutes, I'll just close that single contract which I got. Not looking pretty. Hmm. Lower. Starting to look a bit ugly here. Testing the previous highs, yesterday's intraday highs in particular. We'll see. Spy tagging the 5 DMA. Yep, indeed. They're losing yesterday's VWAP though, so that is something to be cautious about. So I'm just waiting for this candle to close before making any decisions. Looks a bit ugly. Morning, Chris. Looking to get its ass back about it. Yesterday's VWAP on the queue, so let's see how this 5 minute candle closes. And just a small startup positions from a trade from yesterday's VWAP sort of thing. 609.50s. So if the 5 minute candle couldn't close above it, I would just close that long, which I opened a while back. SPY tagging the 5 DMA, QQQ, and an interesting area as well. Going to be interesting to see what the price does. Pulling back further. All right, 5 minute did close under this. I'm going to shut it down at the back test. I closed that initial long for a 40-point loss, and we'll look for re-entry later, maybe towards that 5 day moving average. Well, Tesla is pulling back as well from the highs of 232s. If Tesla breaks down QQQ is breaking down. Don't see much right here. Watch the neckline on Tesla. Might be a potential double topish candidate towards this 425 zones to the downside. Kind of a boring day so far. We'll see if we can catch it. Like the next area I'm looking for on the Qs is at around this 25 165s. DIA is finally slowly working in the favors, though I didn't make any changes to those puts yet. Might look to average up if they lose the 20-day moving average, which is currently at that 463 levels. Right, removing yesterday's anchor, I don't think we need that anymore. The price didn't respect it, so we shouldn't either. And the next area is the week to date anchored VWAP, which is currently at 607.85. If the price gets there, I'm interested in that. If not, 607.90 is when the next try opens up. ASPA is struggling to hold about the 5-day moving average as well. Things are starting to look a bit shaky. So on QQQ, the 5-day moving average is at 606.80s, and the 607.80s will be the weekly anchored VWAP. If they can't find buyers there and if they continue to sell off, the 5-day moving average will be the next area of interest. And technically, for now, I'm down 80-ish dollars on that futures trading account for the first stoppage with commission. It should be somewhere around $85 and change. A final try will be from this 5-day moving average for reversal longs. If I can get that, good, I'll be done. And it's going to take a while from the looks of it, around 606. If they get there, I'll take the final trade and call it off for today's session. For now, there's nothing much going on. Gold is down. Tesla looks like it's pulling back as well from the DT, making new lows. Watch out for this 425.33's area. Meta is just flat for the day. I need Meta to get down into the 5-day moving average if you're looking to short this. Oracle looks like bouncing from the VWAP. If they lose the 292s on Oracle, most likely outcome, we're going to see this 288s to the downside. The only thing which looks better for a low risk entry will be if SPY can hold above this 5-day moving average. If SPY holds above the 5-day moving average and start bouncing, might give us some quick scalp trade towards the 672s and change, but even that is not looking too great at the moment. As of now, the 30 minutes is under the, we can remove all these anchored VWAPs, which is coming from Friday. Let's see, remove this, I don't need this, and we don't need this last Wednesdays either. SPY is under the week to date anchored VWAP as well. We need SPY above 671s for calls. For now, it's looking shady. There's a gap down which needs to be filled at 669s. Most likely they're going for that. If they break down, watch out for that gap fill. 669.20s is going to be the first area of interest for a potential reversal trade. If they break down, we're going to see new lows. And for the puts on DIA, looking to average up if they lose 463s again. So it's technically, it will be a break-even price. We're going to add one more to finish that position. The target still stays the same. I'm looking for this 450s to the downside on DIA. It's been taking a while. I didn't make any changes on the positions yet. We'll wait and see what happens. And 459, if they break under 462s or 463s, maybe tomorrow or maybe by today, might give us an opportunity to add into it. I'll let you guys know when I do. And if they continue to fall apart, 450s is what I'm looking for to close this entire positions. So I'm not going to be taking anything much as of now. It's too slow for my liking. It's been just near the week to date. I might test my luck again on Qs. If that stops me out, I'm just going to step away and look for the 5-day moving average tag and then call it off for the day. All right, so we'll see how it goes. And hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day as well. I would wait until the week to date tag 607.80s, and depends on what they do. It's almost at just 50 cents. We'll see if there is a potential bounce on the Qs from that level, at least a consolidation. NQ although just went off as well. Why did I set an alert at 190s on NQ though? Not sure. On NQ it's 181s. That's what I'm looking for. It's an old all-time high. Yep. So that big fat round number. We'll wait and see. I was looking for some sort of a liquidity grab towards the 64s and then reversing off to the upside, but we'll see. I think it's the alert which I set off yesterday when I was scalping NQs. We'll see. Not really interested in taking anything at the moment. Looks like Nvidia is under the VWAP as well. Yup, under the VWAP or the order lows. Did AMD trigger the alert? Not yet. 228.60s on AMD right now. Yesterday's VWAP. If they get there, good for us. We can test our luck right over there. Apart from that, just going to close it off on the NQ if we can't get that week to date tag. Are you guys in any positions right now? Nope. Flat. Gold? Are you in gold longs? Hell no. Good. Same here. Nothing yet. Looks so far setting up to be a dumbass day. Closed out in the morning long for profit, stopped out on round two, now waiting. Similar. To be honest, I'm just bored today. You know, that feeling like, what the hell am I doing? Sort of feeling like it's just boring for me. Nothing much is going on. So I might as well just go and fire up my PS5 and start playing Ghost of Yoda. Just waiting for this week to date. Them bouncing here is kind of reducing my interest towards this week to date anchored VWAP as well. Was expecting them to tag this and then fire up to the upside, but that's not happening either. And SMH is under the VWAP, TSM is breaking under 300s, AMD. If All right, so this is the plan for now. If AMD comes back down towards this 227s to tag 228s to tag it, I will take it. If not, need about the VWAP, or we got 10 more minutes. Let's see if this 30-minute candle can hold about the 609.30s, which was yesterday's opening price, yesterday's highs. If none of that is happening, I'm most likely done for the day and might as well go and do something else and have a bit of fun. It's about to rocket anyone and anyone people. Possible. Nothing, not in anything yet, but we'll wait and see. To the upside, we still got a lot of levels to clear, man. So it's, if I'm gonna take it on NQ, I might go for this 10 point, 20 point push. But if I want that 10 point, 20 point push, I want to take it right at that critical areas of interest. Testing the previous highs. Good 15-minute candle so far. Testing yesterday's VWAP on NQ again. We'll see. Spires recovering. Yep, 30 minutes. We got 10 more minutes for that to close. Let's see. Pushing through on the Qs. Interesting. NVIDIA is pushing up as well. VWAP, well, the VWAP, not yet. NVIDIA is testing the VWAP. If they can get above it, should be about the ORB highs right now. Yep, watch out for this 5-minute close on NVIDIA. If they couldn't break above the VWAP, if they start pulling back, keep it on the watch. If they break above the VWAP, might open up doors for a quick longs opportunity as well over there. A nice trend line here forming. Want a long NQ, wait for a pullback towards the AV wrap from the lows, and provided they find buyers there for a reversal trade, that is. Wait for the 15-minute candle to close. We'll see. Whole bunch of nothing. I don't want to touch this as of now. Testing the previous highs at 609.30s, which was yesterday's highs. Oracle bouncing from the VWAP. AMD still under. Meta starting to bounce through, looking good. People still needs more time. DIA needs to break under 463s. Baidu, it's looking like shit. SARV starting to look decent here. Watching for this weekly candle close. Looks like we can get towards this $19 zone shortly if we can hold above this. CrowdStrike had a beautiful day yesterday. Oh, this is what you guys were talking about in the chat. What's the 501s today? They can hold above the zone. Most likely outcome, they can push towards this 518s. It's all right. NBTS bouncing from what VWAP is it? Month to date, I believe. Recovering the month to date anchored VWAP on NBTS. FIG is nearing that IPO anchored VWAP though. Watch out for the $75 zones on FIG, and we got 5 more minutes to go on QQQ to see if they can close candles above the previous highs. Okay, low cup and handle. Let's see. Not a strong base though. Not a strong enough base to categorize it as a cup and handle. But if they can break above this 143s, we might see a push through. SPY pushing higher. Nvidia above the VWAP. Right back to our break-even prices. Interesting. Heard the PlayStation sound? Yeah, what else I can do right now? Nothing. Might as well just stroll around this open world in my horse rather than staring at this bullshit. I'm running a game in the... Yeah, exactly. What game are you running? RuneScape. Ah, never tried that game. I should check it out. Any good? I see you playing that all night. Played it for like 15 years, never ending. Yeah. For me, as of now, Elden Ring is that game. All right, queues near the VWAP. Good. That was a decent 30-minute close. If you like that kind of thing, that's great. Yeah, I like RPGs. RPGs are fun. Alrighty, queues near the VWAP again, testing the 15-minute ORP. It's starting to get strong here. If we can get a pullback towards the 60930s, I'll be interested. That's a strong 30-minute close as well. Good candle on the 30-minute time frame. VWAP rejection. We were just talking about okay, okay a little before. Okay, low like needs to get its ass back above this previous highs right now for to buy any calls. So nice looking chart though. It's a great looking chart. So if you're gonna look for calls on this one, I need this at least about the VWAP for intraday. If you're looking for day trading this, you can see today it's a whole lot of nothing is what's going on here, right? Just a consolidation back and forth. It's been range bounding between ORB lows and ORB highs. ORB, and you need it above 139s for a candle close, or break above this range to buy calls towards this previous highs, or break down under this range for a trade towards this 5-day moving average at 133. With options, these types of choppy moves, especially if you're not looking for scalp-based trades, this can be really, really annoying to deal with. So be a bit cautious. And for MP, it's looking good. Again, but it's the same range bound name, right? So let's see. This is the ranges they've been having quite some time now. Need about 79 60s, or let's just say $82, $80 and change. Need above it, need a daily close above it for me to consider calls, or need it to come back down towards $64 for a reversal trade to the calls. You can see them struggling near the zone of $80 back and forth. If they break under 65s, it's going to be a potential double topper scenario for a push down towards this gap fill at 47s. So if you're looking for puts, breakdown under 64s is better. Breakdown under this neckline. If you're looking for calls, wait for them to clear the 79 areas to look for an entry. Testing the VWAP here though. So watch out this area here. Under the 5-day, we discussed DraftKings yesterday. Someone was talking about DraftKings yesterday though, right? So we're talking about it 3480s was what we're looking for on DraftKings. Let's see. Yep, 34.86. So if you want to bottom fish this right here, you can just set your stop losses right here at the lows of $32.30. If they break under and continue to form a new low, you'll be wrong. You can just cut it for a small loss. But if they continue to keep pushing higher, well, take some profits off at $36 and maybe close the entire positions when it nears this 200-day moving average on the daily. So I believe this is the IPO anchored VWAP for DraftKings where they're trading it right now. So as long as they don't lose this lows right here, 32.40s should be good to go. Your stop losses should be right here around this 32.30 zones. All right, Q's consolidating under the VWAP here, and yesterday's VWAP as well. Interesting spot. If they can get over it, most likely outcome 286 will be the next area to watch out for. I'm generally not interested in trading this. Well, if they come back down towards this 230s, we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna go and do something else right now. And tomorrow, if you got tomorrow morning, it's gonna be way more interesting because to see how this weekly candle closes. On NQ, we need this weekly candle to close at least about 25,030s. It's gonna be interesting day tomorrow in particular. So tomorrow morning, same time, same place, we'll be here and we will deal with it. As of now, AMD didn't hit our targets. I mean, didn't hit our alerts at 227. So I didn't take anything in AMD for the $5,000 account, which we are trading with. And for NQ, one trade stopped out. I might scalp around after down the line later to see how it goes. Maybe if they pull back towards this 25 180s, I'll be more interested. So wait and see. Rejecting the VWAP, if you want a short QQQ here, stop losses will be at the highs of the day, which will be around right here. We do have a lot of gaps unfilled on the queues to the downside. There is one right here at 604s, and there should be another one right here, right? You already filled it? Yep, that gap is already filled from the looks of it. Yeah, gap open from October 3rd is already filled. And there is another one right here, which is also already filled. Yep, we got a small gap open, which was from yesterday at around 604s. Maybe tomorrow, if the price continues to pull back and if they break the 5-day moving average, we might get that trade to the downside on the Qs. We'll wait for that and we'll deal with it tomorrow. I'm mostly done for the day. I'm gonna go do something else. And Josh, I'll check out RuneScape and hopefully it's good. Should be in PS5 as well, right? Like that kind of thing. It's only PC. Then that sucks. Tesla back towards that 430s again. So yeah, it's a whole lot of nothing today. Go touch grass, go do something else. I'll come back tomorrow for the weekly candle close and we will deal with whatever happens down the line. Hopefully AMD gives us that trade from that VWAP of yesterday, from the handoff from yesterday, 229s and change. If we can get it today, great. If not, we'll deal with it tomorrow. All right. Have a good rest of the day. I'll post the recordings. And nothing much to see in here. We didn't do anything today, so I might not post the recordings in there. And talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of the day. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.